Welcome back, boys, and today it's the pursuit of happiness, more specifically how to get girls. I'm going to try to keep this video as clickbaity as possible so I can get as many clicks as possible and hopefully as much watch time as possible. But I do want to keep it as educational as I can. So like many of you on this journey, I started off as a complete fucking loser. You might be looking at me and asking, well, what's changed? Sorry for assuming you're a loser. I don't think you'd be watching this video otherwise. Maybe you're just curious and you've already made some progress on yourself. But you know what? Good on you for learning, wanting to take the extra. We'll give you the benefit of the doubt. You're just wanting to learn more. You're not a loser. If that's what you have to tell yourself. So, yeah, I started off as a loser. I jerked off constantly, dude. It was horrible. I would be sitting at home all day and sitting on Discord for multiple hours, like 12, 13 hours a day. And I didn't even have any friends on there. Like, it was like a journey into being a degenerate. It started off just me mildly watching porn and jerking off, and it slowly dived down, and I was getting on Discord. I was pretending to be other people. It was fucking weird. I was catfishing people. Like, it was really fucked up. I was on some weird Discord channels. I was talking to some really weird people, and I would also on Discord just sit there and play the fucking bot games, you know, like those RPG bot games. It was sad. And then when I got bored with them, I literally just didn't know what to do with my life, so I'd just go like put another plate of Hot Pockets or pizza rolls in, you know, or another Tostino's pizza. Fucking combination pizza. Those things are awesome. But no, yeah. It was porn, it was Discord, jerking off, and then somewhere along the way, I got into League of Legends. And actually, it all started off from me being a Minecraft spurg. So, I wasn't as autistic as, you know, the Creeperhead kid, but I was still pretty enthusiastic, to say the least. Playing like 8 hours a day on my iPad. I remember I would feel like the back of the iPad get like super hot and like start burning my leg from the fucking battery in it, overheating. Yeah, it was horrible. And this was back in the day before you could save worlds, so I would be sitting there, having built like this amazing creation or something that I've been spending like a few months on. My mom would be like emotional and decide to go delete my fucking, go delete my Minecraft, and I just fucking melted down. Like, it was sad, dude. Anyway, that got off on a little bit of a rant, but you can see the kind of person I was then. I also never drank water, never. From the age of like 12 to the age of like 15, not once did I drink water. It was Diet Coke every day. We went through 6-pack after 6-pack after 12-pack after 24-pack. We even went up to like 36-pack of cans. And we just started buying like 10, 12 2-liters for the week. Right? There's only 3 of us that live in our house. Sometimes that wasn't even enough. I don't know if you can relate to what I'm saying right now, but it was a miserable fucking existence. And somewhere along the way, I felt disgusted with myself. I don't think it was a self-realization. I think it was comments that people were making along the way, but I started hating myself, and I started getting deprecating, right? And a lot of people think of that as a bad thing. And if you don't know how to use it or what to do with it, and you don't have the intuition to figure it out, then yeah, it's a bad thing. But because you're underprepared for the world. But those feelings of self-hatred, those feelings of shame, those feelings of guilt and depression, they all are there for a reason. Now, I know this video was about how to get girls, and it's kind of veered off, but it hasn't really, because this is a major factor, all right? To get girls, literally all about the confidence. Literally, I know this sounds cliche as hell, but it's all about the confidence, okay? And if you go up to a girl and you half-ass something, you half-ass a comment, or you're with a girl and you like half-ass when you dirty talk to her, and you can feel and you let the awkwardness show, you know, if you're feeling a little bit awkward, it can take something that was potentially sexy and potentially a turn on. It's like, ew, what the fuck? You know, what are you doing in here? So it's just, confidence is a really big factor. Those self-hatred feelings, shame, guilt, and depression, they're the worst feelings a man could ever feel. Like, you will never feel worse in your life than when you've just fucked up royally. And, you know, but rather than being a little girl about it and trying to get attention, you got to take responsibility for it. You'll get the urge to like turn away and like walk away and hide. You'll want to bury your head. You'll want to fucking kill yourself even. They are really, really strong feelings, right? All of us, I guarantee you, if you're watching this, you have been through that more than a few times. All right? And if you're still watching, props to you, man. I really want to help you get as much value from this as possible. And to do that, I'm trying to find a way to relate to you as much as I can, okay? I want you to understand where I came from, so that way you can maybe apply some of the things that I'm telling to you. Because everything I say, it loops back together. All of self-improvement in life is a snowball. And once you start it going, it'll keep building on each other. The same goes for confidence. Everything you do in life, all of your actions, compound onto each other. So, something as little, if you neglect any part of it, right? Say if you've already been on self-improvement, you don't jerk off, you don't watch porn, you haven't eaten any junk food, no soda, no restaurants, any of that shit. You've been watching what you eat, you've been working out consistently, you've been doing all that shit. You don't even have to journal, really, do journal, not meditate. As long as you go on like walks and like read and shit, you know, you're fine, right? But let one of those things slip, like miss the gym one day, or don't do as good in the gym one day. That'll affect your progress going over into the next day, or the next week, or for the rest of the day, and it'll affect your progress and your like tasks following that activity. So if you like cheat on your diet at the beginning of the day with some kind of breakfast cereal or Pop-Tart, which God bless, you know, Pop-Tarts are fucking amazing, but if you fuck up on your diet, right, or you're eating, and you know that you fucked up, you'll feel a sense of shame and guilt, and then that negativity will affect you going through the rest of the day, right? So when people say, be accepting of your failures and it's okay, don't be self-hatred, don't have self-hatred, that's understandable why they're saying that. But what they're saying is to cope with it. You know, it started off as a different message from successful individuals. It started off as a separate message from successful individuals, right? And then weaker people, decided to break it down. You know? Here's the smartest person over here, and here's the dumbest person over here. You're the dumbest person in this case, no offense. But when that message gets passed on to you, it has a completely different meaning and emphasis from what the successful person was talking about. So, the successful person was talking about, acknowledge that, hey, you just fucked up. Learn from it. Make sure you don't make that mistake again, you know? And then follow an example that was set to you, that was set by a higher up role model or something. Okay? And what the weaker person is talking about is, oh, it's okay, be acceptance. We all do it. It's normal, you know? And then that gives you the indication that, okay, I can do it again. And you don't really have like some higher goal or whatever to live up to. And that's another thing. That's a whole other thing. Like goal setting. If you haven't written out your goals clearly defined on a piece of paper, you don't really have something like a clear defined thing to live up to. So there's no reason, you don't see the value in holding true to your diet, to your exercise routine, to your goal, to your ideals, to your principles, anything like that, right? So that's another like massive thing that you can do to gain confidence. Just direction in life, you know? Knowing where you want to go. It's like walking your first day in high school, right? You didn't know where the fuck you were going, or your first day in uni. You didn't know where the fuck you were going, right? But when you got your class schedule and it had the room numbers on it, and after the first or second day, you knew where the room was, you felt a hell of a lot more confident when you parked your car on campus and got out. All right? Because you knew where you were going. It's kind of the same thing for life, right? Now all this ties back into getting girls through confidence. This was just me explaining confidence. Really. There are a lot of other things that affect confidence, and there are a lot of other aspects and spectrums that you can go down. But this is one perspective on something that you can implement to help you today. Like just a perspective you can add to yourself today to help understand better. Oh, it's so beautiful out here today. I'm going on my daily walk, my daily hike rather. Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah, guys, I believe that's all I wanted to share. There's a lot more that goes into confidence. Just remember that every action you take in the day, you know if it's benefiting you. You know if it's helping you. You know if it's hurting you. And if it's hurting you, you'll feel like shit. And if you find yourself feeling like shit, I know it will be difficult, but please ask yourself, why do I feel like this? And look at what you just did. And then ask, why might that not benefit me? Likely you already know the answer. You just haven't thought it out. Like you can't say it in a clear sentence. So take a piece of paper or on your phone, write it down. Type it out in a sentence, in a clearly defined sentence. Right? And then start associating those negative actions with the activity that you just did. Those negative emotions with the activity you just did. Guys, I know this sounds small and you might be slightly motivated after hearing this. But the change it'll have on your life, if you do actually implement it and do what I'm telling you right now, you'll have an infinite amount more success in your life. I used to go through middle and high school so awkward that I didn't even know how to fucking speak, like walk. Like I had such bad anxiety, I couldn't fucking walk, right? And my breathing was super irregular. I would hold my breath while I was walking. And sometimes like when I would breathe, I would walk like all wobbly and shit. Like I couldn't have my balance. And yeah, it was rough. it was a rough time period. But after I started implementing these things, in just a short time span of 6 months, 6 months to a year, that seems like such a long time for you students right now, or you kids. It is such a short amount of time in the time, like, grand scheme of your life, right? But it's such a crucial part of your time. You have to make use of it, okay? I know I probably sound like a broken record, but guys, it makes such a big difference. And you will be so proud of yourself in the future for taking those couple months, right? I want to give you a fair warning. And I haven't gone over all of these reasons why it will be like this in this video, but I hope to cover it in future. I will cover it in future videos, okay? It will be lonely. It'll be isolating as hell. It'll be scary. And you will have a lot of moments of doubt that you're doing the right thing. Right now, you're going against everyone else and what they believe to be true. In reality, you probably think everyone's judging you. No one gives a shit, man. The universe doesn't give a shit. You might be saying to yourself, oh, the world's against me. The world doesn't know you exist, buddy. It's a sad truth. But as a man, if you're the age of 16 or older, no one gives a shit about you. Not even your guidance counselors. Go to your guidance counselors right now. Be earnest with them. Tell them that you want to be successful, you don't know what's wrong in life, and that you're unhappy. You're willing to do anything that will make you happy. See what they say. See the half-ass response they give you. Now, I'm not saying it's directly their fault and they're bad people. What I'm saying, though, is they've also been fed this common narrative. And all they can teach you is the same thing that they've heard, which is the same thing that you've been hearing for the past few years. So, guys, I'll wrap it up for this video. Make sure you do those steps. Question why you're feeling those ways, all right? If you take anything from this video, question why you feel like shit. And give yourself a clear answer. A clear fucking answer, right? If you were to ask a ship captain where you're going, where the next destination is, he could tell you in one sentence. Can you do that with your goals? Can you do that with why you're feeling certain ways? If you can't give one clear sentence, that's fine. You won't be able to do that at first, you know? You're just now starting. These are like skills in a video game that you have to level up. You'll get the skill over time, and you'll level it up. And if you think about it, if you're 15, 16 years old, you've been wasting your life for the past 15, 16 years. You've been building up these bad skills and these negative skills up to such a high level. If you think about it, 6 months to a year to reverse all of it, even 2 months. Even 2 months, if you're really dedicated, can completely reverse the past 15 to 16 years and get you out of that hole and start building up something new. I hope you guys find motivation in this. I hope you rewatch this video when you need it. I'll continue to watch more videos, or give more videos out to you as soon as I can about this subject. I wish you the best. Stay on task.